looks like the Tigers will be kicking off and the Bayside Admirals will be receiving.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in. It is a Friday night of football here on JockJive Bayside Academy, taking on the Tigers of Monroe County. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage on a night that might see a little rainfall. We are hoping not, but could. And Alan Brown, the attorney, is making coverage possible. Thanks so much to Alan Brown. Ball teed up. Bayside will be on offense if everything goes as planned here in the opening kickoff. Well, I travel by this school frequently doing Coastal Alabama North baseball, softball, basketball. Never realized, had I looked a little bit to my left, I would see the spot that we're going to play football tonight. And a short kick return out to near the 40-yard line. And officially the knee will touch down somewhere around the 35-ish. And that's where it'll be first down and 10 for Bayside Academy. Well, we are improvising. We are, and we being me and Bayside's football team, shooting footage in a little tiny opening here at Monroe County, and I think we must have like a tight end or an offensive lineman injured, but filming for Bayside, and I'm looking through a cloudy little screen, but we'll do our best to get you coverage. There's backing up across the 45 to near the 46-yard line on the opening carry of the football game.
Ball is brought out to around
and a gain of 8. Football on the 46-yard line,
gain of about 8 yards
where it is second down and a couple. Kane Lyons in the backfield. Lyons outstanding as a freshman, and the same as a sophomore, and did the bulk of the work a week ago. Handoff is given on the delay to Lyons, and Lyons will make his way across midfield. And it'll be a Bayside first down. So the opening drive of the football game inside Monroe County territory, which began playing football here in 1916. So there have been a lot of years of football played, well, not necessarily on this field, but on campus. Miller with a pitch, and stumbling is Lyons right about the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. Maybe even a loss of a yard or so, bringing up a second down and long.
Ball at midfield.
So a second down and long, football at midfield, opening drive of the football game. On a soggy Friday, if you'd have told me at 10 o'clock this morning we were going to be playing football with no rain, I'd have said, Incomplete pass. That was intended for Wilkinson. And it'll bring up third down and long. I live about an hour and a half east of here, and it was pouring until about noon. Skies began to clear up, and they're looking pretty good considering if it got the kind of rain we did, and I think most of South Alabama has compliments of Tropical Storm Francine. Miller with a third down. Football is squarely on midfield. And the Admirals have got to try to get inside the 40 near the 39 to pick up the first again. Wilkinson, the intended target, incomplete pass. And it will bring up a fourth down. Looks to be a punting situation. And Keelan Stacy will come on to boot it away for Bayside. So the opening drive of the football game, not 3 and out, did get a first mixed in, but it stalls at midfield.
Fourth down.
Keelan Stacy ready to put it away. Meanwhile, back deep to receive is Darrell Graham. On a 4th down and 10, Stacy, if you were thinking about the possibility of a fake, didn't. He kicks it away. And let's see where the official spots it.
Takes a Tiger bounce. And so the Tigers will take over.
And it looks like about the 20-yard line, the line of scrimmage for the opening drive of the football game for the Tigers.
About the 21-yard line.
Better than 100 years of football here, one NFL player. And as a matter of fact, he is playing as we speak. Well, maybe not right at this moment, but starting offensive tackle for the Houston Texans, Titus Howard. Interesting story on Howard. He was a quarterback here. I don't know how many quarterbacks become offensive linemen in the NFL, but I'm thinking probably not many.
Quarterback in shotgun.
Pass play on the opening play, incomplete pass.
Incomplete. Pass intended for number 11, Jaden Howard.
Jaden Howard, the intended target, could be Kinfolk. Titus Howard, the guy I was mentioning.
Incomplete. 2nd down.
He walked on at Alabama State as a tight end. Now transition to an offensive lineman. And this weekend will start his 63rd game as an NFL offensive lineman. Well, is it an incomplete pass or lateral? Sure looked like it could have been a lateral. The officials say otherwise. Incomplete pass, and that will... I know, they now say it indeed was a lateral.
Turnover.
So it is indeed possession Bayside, excellent field position. I guess you could get better than the 6, but not a whole lot. It is 1st down and 10, 1st and goal actually, from the 6-yard line. Bayside coming in with a 2-1 mark. Open up the season with a loss to St. Michael's, then knocked off Marbury. And last week, Orange Beach.
The Tigers offense have the first turnover for tonight.
Not a spectacular score in the game against Orange Beach, but keep in mind,
1st and goal.
It was raining in the first half and rained during the better part of the day.
Hand off of the middle.
Hand off given to Lions. Lions will find his way inside the 5, near the 4.
Running by the Bayside running back. Ball is inside the 5-yard line. 2nd down, goal. 2nd and goal for the Admirals.
So I definitely think you can blame, at least in part, that 7-5 final on a very soggy day there at Freedom Field. First region game of the year. Bayside is the only team coming into tonight in Region 1 that hasn't had a region game. The infraction, it is charged to the Tigers. And that'll be a half the distance to the goal infraction. But obviously that's changing tonight. Bayside, in their first meeting ever against Monroe County, is in their first region game of the year. Well, the official initially indicated an infraction. I think he just waved it off.
This time, quarterback is on the...
And it'll be a 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Pounding his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And that's your big Bubba guy, Billy Neal. Get into those situations where you want short yardage, somebody to pound it in, and Neal's your guy.
They draw first blood.
And he will punch it in from 4 yards out.
Leading by a score of 6-0, the extra point attempt.
Bayside looking to tack on the extra point.
He's up.
Everything looks good.
And
it is Bayside 7. Tigers of Monroe County nothing. Lateral recovered by Bayside. A couple of plays later, kneel in from 4 yards out. Extra point kick good, and it is a 7-zip Bayside advantage early in this one.
Line drive kick,
and that kick
and the Tigers will take over.
Will bring the Tigers out to the 20-yard line, where it will be first down and 10. Interesting, the Tigers opting to go to the air in their first 3 plays of the football game. Let's see if that is still the game plan, as you had a couple of incompletions in the lateral. Last year, this Tiger team gave up 452 points, and that was a Monroe County record. Ball on the turf.
Quarterback in shotgun formation, mishandle on the snap.
Tigers able to fall back on it.
Loss on the play. Looks like a loss of about...
On the fumble and recovery.
About 8 yards.
Loss of about 7, maybe close to 8. Football now at the 14. We're in a second down and long.
Tiger quarterback again in shotgun formation.
Howard, the quarterback. Hand off to the right side. Little running room back to the original line of scrimmage.
Knocked down out of bounds, but gain of
I believe that is Darrell Graham, but there is a flag on the play.
Third down for the Tigers.
Back them up. Back them up. Put them back in front of them. Yeah.
And coach is trying to decide, accept the penalty,
Running back got
and turn it into a second and a lot, or take the penalty and it's third and not quite as much. Play taken. Football will be at the 18, where it is third down and 12. Tigers got to get it across the 30 to pick up the first on a third down and 12.
third down.
Howard, handoff. Running room to the 20, 21, and then driven backwards.
Sweep around the left end.
And again, difficult to pick up those numbers, but I believe that is Washington on the carry for the Tigers, and it'll bring up a fourth down and long in a punting situation.
It's going to be fourth down, and it looks like the Tigers.
And the Admirals will get the football back.
Formation.
And the one thing I have noticed getting older is that it really doesn't matter if there's a contrast in color of number and jerseys. It's hard to see, period, these days, but Landis Neal back deep to receive.
Line drive kick.
And he will make the fair catch at the 43, and that is where Bayside will take over first down and 10.
All that is called. Call for a fair catch. And it looks like about on the 43.
Monroe County, they are 0-3 coming into this one, a loss in the season opener to Florella.
Admirals will take over.
Then lost to Escambia County and
Tiger territory.
got routed by the number 1 team in the state in 3A football, T.R. Miller. Bayside with a first down. Miller to pass. He will fire and got an open receiver. Catch made by Bo Anderson.
Pass is complete. Wide receiver number 2, Bo Anderson on the reception.
So Anderson, first pass completion of the night for Bo Miller, and Bo to Bo. And it'll bring up a first down and 10 from the 31. Pitch goes to Lyons, and Lyons dropped inside the 25 near the 24.
Ball was handed off to number 9 for
Gain of 6 brings up a second down and 4.
Admirals.
And now they've got an infraction. And the 6-yard gain is signed by the holding infraction. Admirals push back 10 from the point of infraction back to the 40-yard line. Well, with 7:10 to play in quarter number one, it is back to the 40-yard line, but inside Tiger territory, and that's where Bayside early in this one has spent the bulk of the night. I think they have had one play outside of Tiger territory.
Hands off to number 4.
And off to Wells Smith.
Wells Smith on the carry.
And Smith
Wells Smith.
pick up a 5 down to the 33-yard line where it is 2nd down and 12.
Picks up a couple on the play. 2nd down.
Single receiver set, single running back as well. And off given to Wells, and Wells dropped behind the line of scrimmage at the 36. Well, again, thanks so much to Alan Brown, attorney at law, for making coverage possible tonight.
Loss on the play. 3rd down.
Loss of 3 brings up a 3rd down and 15. Back to the 35-yard line.
Tiger defense looking to make a big stop on this one.
Miller drops back, looks, fires, and it is incomplete. I don't think the receiver ever saw it. Didn't know it was on its way. Well, that's because that wasn't a receiver. No wonder he wasn't looking for the pass. That was Will Allen.
And it looks like the Bayside Admirals wants to talk it over.
And it'll bring up a 4th down. And if you're Bayside, I don't know if this is decision-making time or not. Got a 4th and 15. Let's see if they come out looking to go for it, or if Stacy trots on to kick. Fourth down, inside 6 to play, quarter number 1. We took our heat-related break, and it is kind of warm and muggy as well on this particular Friday night. Stacy to boot it away, trying to keep it out of the end zone. And the fair catch made at the 6.
Ball is caught. Fair catch.
Well, that was a major league toss to the ball boy. I don't know that I've ever seen that kind of throw to the ball boy. That was about a 30-yard, 40-yard toss. And Monroe County will take over 1st down and 10. Inside their 10 near the 5. Opening quarter of play, 7-zip ball game.
Man in motion, quarterback still in shotgun formation. He looks downfield,
Howard to pass, double coverage, incomplete.
Pass incomplete. 2nd down, 10 for
And it'll bring up a 2nd down.
It's probably a legal procedure. I think he leaned up early, declined that.
And there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the officials indicate the infraction is and who it's against. Holding, it'll be charged to the Tigers.
Holding.
Well, again, an option for Bayside. Do you take the play and it's 2nd and 10, or do you take the penalty and it's 1st and 12 and a half? And it appears they will go with the play and bring up a 2nd down and 10.
2nd down. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Quarterback is still in shotgun. Oh.
Howard tackled in the end zone. Looking for an indication from an official.
On the Tigers was the Admirals defense.
Well, that sure looked like a safety, but apparently not. marking the ball back to the 6. And apparently Howard got rid of it at the last moment.
Third and 10.
And it'll bring up a third down.
For the Tigers.
I guess he threw it. I couldn't see. Did you see him throw it?
He sort of did. He kind of just chucked it out.
Okay.
5:25 to play. Corner number 1, 7-zip advantage. Neal, 4-yard touchdown run, extra point kick, good. Ball on the field, and it looks like Bayside again is going to start a drive with excellent field position.
Tigers try a little razzle-dazzle.
Compliments of a Tiger turnover. Let's see if the officials have officially ruled it a fumble or if it stays in Tiger possession. If it's Tiger possession, it's 4th and long. If it is Bayside, it is first and not very far from Painter. And it looks like he was able to get back on the fumble.
Only about 1 yard or 2.
And it'll be 4th and long.
Third down and a long, 4th down and a long 8, and the Tigers are in punt formation.
Punting situation.
Tigers in punt formation.
And I believe that is Lyons that stands at his 34. Ball all over the place in the end zone trying to come out.
Come on.
Across the 10.
And it looks like...
And on a muff snap,
what was going to be a
Tiger's going to pick up the first.
It may be a Tiger first down.
So it looked like for a moment, kicker might get caught in the end zone. Got the 2 as a possibility, and instead it winds up being a first down. And a first down and 10 with the football at the 18. That's been the biggest play from scrimmage of the night thus far for the Tigers. And it will happen on a busted play.
Good heads up running by the Tiger punter. Tigers retain
First
the
down
ball.
and 10. First meeting between the two. In region play. 3 teams at 1-0 in the region and 3 teams currently at 0-1. Howard dropping back to pass. Incomplete. Intended for Byron Hollinger. And it'll bring up a second down and 10. Your 1-0 teams in the region, XL, T.R. Miller, and Hillcrest Evergreen. Your 0-1 teams, Cottage Hill, Monroe County, and a little surprisingly, Flomaton. Timeout on the field, 3:48 left to play, quarter number 1. Difference in the game thus far, the 4-yard Billy Neal touchdown run. Extra point kick good, and Bayside with a 7-zip lead here in the opening stanza. On a soggy Friday night in which it could rain, 35% chance at 8, 40 at 9, 45 at 10.
Second down. Second and 10, Tigers. Quarterback still in shotgun formation.
Second down and 10, Howard quarterback. Drops back, looks flushed out of the pocket. And he'll be driven out of bounds after a gain of 3.
Quarterback found and brought down out of bounds. Looks like after a gain of about 4 on the play, 3 or 4 on the play.
So it'll bring up a third down and long, third down and 7.
We'll be looking at
Hey, a reminder, tomorrow we head to Georgia, Milledgeville, Georgia Military College, the number 9 ranked team in the nation in NJCAA football, taking on Central Georgia Tech, part of that soon-to-be new GCAA conference.
Hey, widen Monroe out. You're going silver, aren't you?
Third down, quarterback.
Third down, 7.
Confirmation, man in motion. And
Excellent job by the Bayside defense reading the play. Tigers saying, hey, this is going to be a pass play, so you defend the pass, and they ran the run. But dropped for a loss was Stallworth. And it'll bring up another punting situation, and again, should be excellent field position for Bayside.
Another fourth down for the Tigers. Tigers in punt formation.
Kate Lyons standing at the 35-yard line. And the Admirals hoping there is no repeat of the prior punt effort. That drops near the 36.
Bayside.
And that is where Bayside hops on it.
Ball hits one of their players, but it is recovered by.
And it'll be a first down and 10 football at the 36-yard line.
Around the 36
Again,
yard
field
line,
position has been kind
and the Bayside
to the Admirals tonight.
will take over first and 10.
Admirals in their history 71 and 58 on the road. And this year they are 1-0 at somebody else's place. That was Marbury.
Hey, listen, George.
Face mask infraction that will be charged to the Tigers, and that's why the penalty yardage being marked off. It was already pretty good field position at the 36. It's even better at the 21.
Personal foul against the Tigers. 15 yards.
First down and 10.
It's going to be face mask.
Just outside of the red zone, football near the 21.
Bayside already had good field position, but tacking on another 15 yards. They are down.
Bo Miller on a first down and 10.
First and 10. First and 10. Quarterback looks back. Oh, pass is incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Pass is incomplete. Number 7.
Intended for Miles
Bo Miller
Unit.
was intended.
And it'll be a second down and 10.
Hit number 13.
Bo Miller, the sophomore, his first year starting at quarterback for Bayside.
Second down. Second and 10.
Last year's starter, Sammy Dunn, transferring to Viger.
Quarterback still in
So
shotgun
Bo Miller, the
formation.
sophomore, still kind of feeling his way. Second down and 10 after the incompletion as we hit the 2-minute mark. Miller setting up a screen. Pass caught by Lyons. Lyons. He will get down to near the 10.
Pass is complete. Screen up the middle. Running back the receiver had some blockers in front, and he's going to be close to a Bayside first down.
Ball just outside the 10. First down and 10. Admirals could pick up a first without scoring, but they have to get really, really close.
Looks like it's going to be first and 10. Ball on the 10-yard line, but first and 10.
Handoff given up the middle. And Kane Lyons
Tough running by the Bayside.
making his way down to near the 5. 90 seconds left to play in the opening quarter.
Second down and 3. Second and 3.
And it'll bring up a second down and 3. For Bayside to get a first without scoring, they'd have to get it inside the 1. Pounding his way towards the end zone.
Power running up the middle.
And
that is another touchdown
in from 6 yards
for
out.
the
That is,
Bayside
again,
Admirals.
Billy Neal. I think Neal's had 2 carries tonight, both for touchdowns. One at the 9:34 mark, this one at the 1:06. Extra point try.
Bayside leading by score 13 and extra point.
And the Ivan kick up and good.
And the
Bayside by a couple of touchdowns with 66 seconds left in the first.
Kick is up.
That'll go out the back of the end zone, be brought out to the 20, and that's where the Tigers will take over first down and 10. 1:06 to play in the opening quarter. Bayside with a couple of Billy Neal touchdown runs, one of 4 yards, one of 6. And the Ivan extra point kick's good.
Tigers take over first and 10.
Bayside with a 14-zip lead.
Territory ball on the 20-yard line.
Trying to go to 3-1 on the year. Got into the honorable mention category in top 10 voting. Low snap. Howard will pick it up.
Quarterback. Pass is complete. Oh!
Pass caught, but receiver dropped immediately. Shoved out of bounds is Hollinger. No gain. It'll bring up a second down and 10. And actually a couple of yards lost on the pass play to Hollinger. And it'll bring up a second down and 12. Well, you kind of get an idea as to how the Tigers gave up 452 points a year ago. Their offense is pass, which slows the game down on the incompletions. And when you slow the game down, you can give the opposition an opportunity for more scores. Pass knocked down, incomplete, intended for Washington.
Pass intended for number 5, Jermaine Bullock. Pass defended by number 5 for the Bayside, David Phillips. Pass incomplete. Third down and 12 for the Tigers.
That'll bring up a third down and 12. 23 seconds left in the opening stanza.
I can't tell yet. A lot of walk. Yeah. No, two tight ends.
Third down, Tigers.
Halftime, Matt Limbaugh is our guest. Baseball coach at Bayside Academy. There's running room, and that is going to be very close to, and is, I believe, a first down. Jalen Sanders on the carry.
That's enough to move the chains. First down, Tigers.
And it'll be a first down for the Tigers. Football out to the 32-yard line. And that will be it for quarter number 1. 14-zip score. Billy Neal, a couple of touchdown runs. Ivan, the extra point kicks. Bayside with a 14-point lead after 1.
End of our first quarter, the Bayside Academy Admirals with a score of 14. first and 10.
Corner number 2 about to get underway in a 14-zip contest. Coverage tonight being brought to you by Alan Brown. Attorney at law, 251-473-6691, the number to call for a free consultation. And thank you very much to Alan Brown and his law firm for making it possible that we bring you coverage from Monroe County.
He's on the way. Quick pitch.
Running the option and nowhere to go. Dropped his Stallworth for a loss of a yard or two. It'll bring up a second down and 12.
Bayside did not go for the fake.
And the Tigers trying to find what works and resort to the option.
Linebacker, loss of a yard on the play.
But Bayside snuffs it out.
Second and 11 for the Tigers.
Loss of a yard. It'll bring up a second down and 11. Football just across the 30.
Again. Oh!
And again, no running room. Another yard loss on the play.
Another little razzle-dazzle up the middle, but...
So Sanders stopped, and it was third and long.
So another loss on the play, loss of 2. So now we're
Head coach Shannon Fielder in his third year here at Monroe County. 3-20. His record coming in. Last winning coach here was back in 1988. Paul Woolley coached 1 year and went 6-4.
Tigers trying to keep the drive going. Tigers wanting to keep the drive going.
And that is the last coach that left with a winning mark.
And again in motion, quarterback. He looks up.
Pass caught across midfield territory. Sanders getting in Bayside territory to the 41-yard line.
Number 3, Jalen Sanders.
Sanders with a grab from Howard. And the first trip inside Bayside territory for the Tigers comes at the 10-20 mark. In half number 1. Raiders first down and 10. Football at the 44.
That's enough to move the sticks for the Tigers. First and 10.
Only the third first down in the first half for the Tigers. Sanders in motion. Howard setting up the screen to Sanders. He'll cross the 40, still on his feet, 30. Down to the 25 and 22-yard line goes Jalen Sanders.
Number 3, Jalen Sanders.
And the Tigers, who have been blanked once this year and 174 times in the school's history, try not to make this the 175th. And the Admirals, who've got 17 defensive shutouts since the first football program in 2001, trying to make this the 18th. Do have a conversation with officials, and let's see if some of this might be coming back. Well, at the moment, it doesn't look like it's coming back. If it's anything, looks like it may be going the other way. Nope, unsportsmanlike conduct. And that'll be charged to the Tigers. So part of this, a big part of it coming back.
We've got a penalty that's going to go against the Tigers.
Unsportsmanlike call that is charged to the Tigers. I wonder if it was the Sanders celebration after the reception and tackle. It wasn't a major celebration, but I know officials frown on that kind of stuff. Call was unsportsmanlike. First down and 10. Football at the 38.
First down.
Pickup of 3 to the left side. On the carry is Jamarcus Locke. And it'll bring up a second down. Well, I said 3, but apparently it'll be limited to about a yard. 2nd and 1. Clock rolling. Inside 9:22 to play. Half number 1. And again, Matt Limbaugh at halftime. Howard to pass. Looking. Buying time. Pass is caught. And the completion to Bullock.
Pass is complete.
And the Tigers near the red zone. But there is a flag back in midfield. And you see it, the indication is going against the Tigers.
Blindside block against the Tigers. Blindside block, that's gonna.
So another play nullified for the Tigers. All the way back to the 48. Well, there was a point after the reception by Sanders. The Tigers were at the 22. They have headed backwards 26 yards to the 48-yard line. Setting up the pass play. And brought out of bounds at the 43. That is Jermaine Bullard.
Pass is complete.
Bullard down inside fair territory, so the clock will continue to roll. Inside 8 to play.
Pass complete.
108 seasons at Monroe County.
Third and about 15.
53 winning, 45 losing years. And it is a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 15. Tigers got to get inside the 23, and Howard just runs it out of bounds.
Quarterback on the keeper.
And he will lose 3 or 4 yards. I'm not sure what that particular play was. Almost looked like a design play to the sidelines. But running laterally, no positive yardage. Don't think that's what Coach called. The line of scrimmage, the 47. And it'll be a 4th down and long, and back deep to receive his Lions from Bayside. Lions will let it roll. And it will down to the 15.
Just over 7 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
So Bayside taking over 1st down and 10. Worst field position of the night. They're on 17. They've had some pretty good starts. The 6 and the 11 of the Tigers, not a bad place to start on the field. This one, their own 16.
1st and 10, Bayside.
We're at his 1st down and 10. Miller drops back, looks, fires. It is incomplete, trying to get it to Miles Uter.
Passing intended for number 13. Miles Utter.
2nd down and 10. After the incomplete pass, line of scrimmage, the 16.
2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10.
Anybody check on Warren Johnson?
Couple of first quarter touchdown runs from Billy Neal. The difference in this one thus far. Handoff given to Lions. Lions getting to the outside, 30, 35, lassoed at the 36.
Number 9, good
And it'll be
hard
first
running.
down and 10, Bayside Academy.
Number 9 for Bayside, Cade Lowndes.
There is a late flag.
Number 5 for the Tigers. Brought down by number 5, Amonte Prier.
And let's see what the infraction is about.
Penalty flag on the play. And it looks like
Early and preliminary indications are it's going to go against the Admirals.
the Admirals. Penalty against
And
the
it is a hold. That's declined. Second hold accepted. And that is dependent upon where the hold took place. Ball marked off from the point of infraction. So the Tigers took the better of the two from their perspective, the worst of the two for the Admirals. And you're getting a replay of second down.
Penalty against Bayside.
Second down, we'll call it 18. Football back
Second down
to around the 15.
19. Second and 19. Bayside got to get out to around the 28-yard line for a first down. They got to get out to the 28-yard line for a first down.
Inside 7 to play, half number 1. And a timeout on the field at the 6:56 mark.
And we've got a break in our action. Timeout on the field.
We will pause as well. Your Friday night football coverage
Bayside Academy.
brought to you by attorney Alan Brown.
0.
Second down, 19 after the timeout. Miller. Pass is caught. And not a whole lot of yardage, maybe 1, possibly 2 on the pass play.
Good tackle by the Tiger defense.
Caught by Cade Lyons.
Small gain on the play.
And it'll bring up a third down.
Third down.
Bayside's got to cross the 27 to pick up the first.
Third down 10. Quarterback in shotgun formation.
God almighty.
Oh, we got
And you
movement
had
on the
about
line.
3 Admirals who either knew the snap count and the other 6 didn't, or 3 didn't and 6 did. And it'll be a 5-yard mark-off, turning a third and right at 11 into a third and 16. As we hit the 6-minute mark, let's see if the officials are going to stop play and send guys to the sideline for your heat-related timeout. Doesn't appear so. Miller to pass. It is caught. Across the 20 to the 23. Needed to get to the 27 to pick up the first.
On the inside screen play.
And the pass play winding up in the hands of Bo Anderson, but that is not going to be enough for the first. However, there is a penalty marker down.
Yeah. Should be. The first one foul is the first down.
And it will be roughing the passer. Personal foul, and it should be a first. We'll see.
Yeah. They did it pretty good.
Well, that's a big play. Tigers were about to have Bayside in a 4th and long situation inside their own territory, pretty deep inside their own territory, and then you get the roughing the passer call.
But that's going to move the chains, and it's going to be first down.
And that will give Bayside a first down, and it looks like we're going to take our heat-related break at the 5:32 mark.
Let's take time and introduce our Monroe County High School varsity cheerleaders. Junior Trinity Denson, Captain, All-American. Junior Jacob. Stephanie, Junior Kaylee Huff. Let's give it up for the Monroe County High School varsity.
On a first down and 10, carry up the middle. And not a whole lot of running room, game of 4, but there again, if you can pick up 3 and 4 per carry and do that all the way down the field, you're in pretty good shape at the end of, in this particular case, 60 yards.
Gain of about 4 yards on the play, 2nd down and 6. Quick top. Whoa!
Collision in the backfield.
Sniffed out by the Tiger defense.
And it was Smith running into Lyons. And that allows the Tigers
like number 40, Isaiah Starr,
to get Smith and drop him for a loss. So lost the yardage picked up on the prior play and then one, turning it into a 3rd down and 11.
For the Bayside Admirals. Tiger defense trying to make a stop. Giving the offense a little time.
3rd down, 11, football at the 35. Bayside needs to cross the 47 to pick up the first. Miller. And the pass is caught by Uter, but it will be shy of a first.
So 4th down.
And it'll bring up a 4th down scenario. And it looks like the decision already made. Keelan Stacy trotting onto the field. He will boot it away.
And they have to get to about the 47-yard line. So 3rd down and a long 8.
3rd down, make that 4th down punting situation.
4th down and a long 8. Looks like Bayside is going to.
Stacy ready to kick it away. He will kick from somewhere near his 27. The return guy at the 25. With 4:16 to play in the first half. It will hit and roll to the 26, and that's where the Tigers will take over. First down and 10.
25-yard line. Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
So a first down and 10. Tigers with the football. Warmest Friday night of the year, I do believe. A little soggy and muggy here in Monroeville. And it is a first down and 10 for the Tigers. 4:16 to play, half number 1. Matt Limbaugh at the half. Attorney Alan Brown making coverage possible tonight. Next week, back to Bayside.
Tiger offense looking to get on the scoreboard before halftime.
And yep, we'll have the coverage for you. We'll have Amy Zanity back on camera. You don't have to worry about me trying to multitask.
Drops back, looks down.
Howard. Pass picked off.
Pass is
Inside the
intercepted.
20, inside the 15 goes Noah Kane with a pick.
Pass is intercepted by number 1, Noah Kane.
So Noah Kane picking off the pass of Howard.
Ball deflected by the Tiger offense.
Offense will get back onto the turf. And there again, when they've started with excellent field position,
Bayside. Defensive
generally speaking, it has resulted in 6. And the field position
and
pretty darn good at the 13.
And Bayside takes over 1st and 10. Just over 4 minutes left in the second
Inside the
quarter.
red zone, 1st down and 10 to the 13-yard line, Bayside.
First and 10.
Miller with 3 receivers, a single setback.
Bo Miller is still in his quarterback. Shotgun formation. Ball handed off. He fakes.
Fake by Miller.
Still on his feet. Still on
And
his feet.
he will be
Brought
dropped
down by the Tiger
right about the
defense.
5-yard line.
Brought down by the Tiger defense, but not until he gains about 7 yards on the play. Second down. and
Gain of
3.
7 brings up a 2nd down and 3.
Guard and
14-zip advantage. Neal with a couple of touchdowns.
Quarterback drops back. He looks.
Miller
He's looking.
looking, fires, and that's in the vicinity, as you
And
can
the
see.
signal is touchdown.
Yeah, I got a
Bayside.
touchdown. We are working in obscured country where that side of the field is concerned, and that's exactly where the touchdown pass went to
on the play before that,
Burke Brown.
They ran at each other in the backfield. One's pulling one way, the other's pulling the other.
So the first non-run
Just over
touchdown of the
3
game
minutes left in the
for
second
Bayside.
quarter.
He ran into
The Bayside is drawn blood again. Extra point attempt.
Extra point
It's
kick.
blocked.
It is blocked.
Extra point attempt is blocked. It's no good.
And it will stay 20-zip,
So the
Bayside.
Bayside Admirals lead the Monroe County Tigers by a score 20-0. Bayside set to kick off.
real late.
Kick is up. Caught by
Kick
the Tigers.
return from the 5.
Oh, bounce out.
Bounce to the outside. Ball loose. Battle for the loose ball, and let's see who eventually came up with it.
Fumble on the play.
It is Bayside.
Have it.
Angermeyer coming up with the fumble recovery.
Another turnover by the Tigers. Deep in their own territory, and the Bayside Admirals will take over 1st and 10.
Bayside with the 1st down and 10. Again, excellent field position just outside of the red zone this time at the 23. Just outside of 3 minutes to play, half number one. Bayside already up by 3 scores and threatening for a fourth.
He's back in shotgun formation.
Handoff goes to Lyons. And Lyons inside the 20 down to the 18. It will be first down and 10, Bayside. And in this juncture, up 20 zip, 3:03 to play in the first half. I'm going to make probably the erroneous assumption that they'd like to run the clock out and score in the process. Of course, watch them throw a pass into the end zone. Miller taking people with him. Down inside the 15. And it'll bring up a third down and short. Well, as a matter of fact, they say he got enough for the first. So it is first down and 10.
First down, Bayside.
First and 10. Miller on the keeper. Flags fly.
Again, Bo Miller on the keeper. Tax on about another 6-7 yards.
I don't see Cade supposed to run that thing to the sideline.
Gain of 6 or 7, but I thought I saw flags flying into the midst, but apparently I did not. Maybe there's bugs flying across the screen of the camera. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just aged eyes that... I did see a moth right there. So, yeah, that's what I'm blaming it on anyway. And if you're saying, wait, you mistook a moth for flags... Miller trying to get rid of it to avoid the sack. There is a flag. And let's see if that will be intentional grounding for Bo Miller. And it is.
And it looks like it's going to go against Bayside. Intentional grounding.
So Miller trying to avoid the sack, throws it away, and he's flagged for the intentional grounding. That was a flag, by the way. Wasn't a moth.
Is the clock running? It can't be. It's an incomplete pass.
Clock stopped at 51.2, and that was after an incomplete pass. Let's see if the officials reset it. Timeout is asked for by Bayside, as we are, at least at the moment, less than a minute away from halftime. The official has indicated the score keeper to add a little time to the clock. Let's see how much time. 51.2 currently. And we will see how much additional time is tacked on. We're back to the 1:12 mark. So that was a pretty substantial runoff after the incomplete pass. So 21 seconds added back to the clock. That is 2, maybe 3 plays. Miller dropping back, looking for a receiver. And it is incomplete. Tossed in the direction of Lad Powers.
Pass is incomplete. Ball batted down. Fourth down.
And it'll bring up a fourth down. And it looks like Ivan is going to try a long field goal. This would be a field goal of, let's see where he places the tee down. At the 27, makes it a 37-yard effort.
And it looks like the Bayside Admirals are going to try a field goal.
So there is the distance. Ivan trying to poke it through from 37 yards away. And there is a penalty flag. If that is delay of game and you still want to kick the field goal, it's going to be about a 41-yard effort, but it's not. It's charged to
and it looks like it's going to go against the
Tigers, so a little closer.
Against Monroe County High. So that's the
5-yard mark off instead of a 37, a 32-yard effort. Still fourth down and too long. So the Admirals will try to punch it through from the 23. That makes it a 33-yard effort from Ivan. Snap, hold, and kick. They are all good.
The kick is up, and the kick is
Bayside
good.
expanding the lead to 23. Ivan, who has just booted through a 33-yard field goal, sends the kick into the end zone. It'll be brought out to the 20. And that's where the Tigers will take over first down and 10.
Ball in the end zone. Tigers take over first and 10 at their 20-yard line.
Matt Limbaugh is our halftime guest, the baseball coach at Bayside Academy.
Again, I want to
We'll update you on the scores, as in who did what in this one. Do we have one score elsewhere? Greenville at the end of one, leading Andalusia 24-zip.
For you on tonight.
That is an Andalusia team that, is 2 years removed from a state championship, but they are struggling.
He's looking.
Howard can't find an open receiver, takes off, runs it himself.
Quarterback
picks up about 4.
Gain of about 2 or 3 on the play.
And it'll bring up a second down and 6, close to 7.
Second down and a long 8.
And based on the fact the Tigers do not seem to be expeditiously getting to the line of scrimmage, looks like they will likely run a single play. And then we'll go to the locker room for halftime.
Still in shotgun formation. Pass is complete.
Pass complete by Howard. And then driven out of bounds is Hollinger, and now you got a late flag. And you got Admirals clapping, and that is an indication the infraction is going to go against the Tigers. And there will be an unsportsmanlike call. Penalty yardage marked off against the Tigers. 6 seconds remaining in the half. If it was your typical Friday night, you would think the team behind by 23 would snap the football, put knee to turf somehow. I don't think that's going to happen.
Against the Tigers.
Yardage back to the 15. First down and a long way. Well, they're in a formation that looks like a needed turf will end the half, but let's see. And that's it.
Quarterback takes the knee. And that is the end of your first half tonight.
It is halftime.
Bayside Academy Admirals.
And at the half, 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
2-0.
Bayside on top. Back with a halftime conversation with Matt Limbaugh. We'll take a look at scoring in the first 24 minutes of this one. That is all when we return to Monroeville.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
It is halftime of the half, a 23-zip Bayside Academy lead. 9:34 to go in the first. Billy Neal with a 4-yard touchdown run. The Ivan extra point kick good. It was 7-zip Bayside. It became 14-0 before the quarter ended. On a 6-yard Billy Neal touchdown run at the 106 mark. Again, Ivan with the extra point kick. Then in quarter number 2, first toss 4-6, the 5-yard TD from Miller to Brown. Extra point kick blocked. It was 20-zip. And with 1:04 left in the half, Ivan boots through a 33-yard effort. And here at the half, there's your score, 23-zip Bayside Academy. Coverage tonight being brought to you by the law office of J. Allen Brown. Making a difference, one case at a time. Our thanks to J. Allen Brown for helping to make this a reality. Tonight's coverage, if he weren't, We wouldn't. So we thank you very much, Alan Brown, for helping to make this possible so that you can enjoy. Matt Limbaugh, baseball coach. Let's talk to him in 90. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. We do it every year, a conversation with Matt Limbaugh, head coach of the baseball team there at Bayside Academy. Coach, how are you?
Hey, man, always good to hear from you and be able to talk to you here. Happy to be here.
Hey, it is always great to have you as a halftime guest. And baseball, man, it is such an exciting sport there at Bayside. I know last year maybe not quite where you wanted to go, but let's compare years. Last year, this year, what are the hopes, the goals, the aspirations for the baseball team?
Yeah, definitely. Last year you hit the nail on the head. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. We expected big things last year, had a good regular season, won the area in a tough area with Orange Beach and UMS, and went off to first round of the playoffs, did what we wanted to do, was host, and went down to a tough 3-game series against Northside out of Tuscaloosa. And, man, you just tip your hats to them, man. They did a little bit more than we did, but we had a very talented group. You hate to see us go out that way. Had three, I believe, that's playing here at the next level. And I just spoke with them yesterday. They're all doing good. So, yeah, man, you hate to lead that early, but the main thing is setting these boys up for success after Bayside. And I think we've got 9 guys in the past 3 years that's currently playing college ball somewhere. And so that's pretty cool because, I mean, obviously they're getting help paid for education, and college ain't getting no cheaper. So if you can have something to help you pay for it to set you up for your life, then that's great. If they can use a little white ball to make that happen, then that's even better.
Now, you mentioned 3 guys going on. Let's talk about those 3 briefly. I spoke, as a matter of fact, to Teague Broadhead's dad on Friday night. Teague apparently doing very well in Southern Miss.
Yeah, Teague's doing great. Spoke with their head coach a couple weeks ago, and he really likes what Teague's bringing in. He's just a big old strong. Like I said, I always called him country strong. He just looked the part out there, and it was based off what Teague can do. He had some health problems, and I think we've sorted that out. And he had a good summers coming and really dedicated himself in the weight room. And he's got a chance to throw for a team that's ranked in the top 25 preseason for Division I. And then Gatlin Pitts, our shortstop, he's He went to Samford University with Tony David as a dual guy, a pitcher and an infielder, and he's doing both right now. He's throwing pins, and he's coming out and getting his work in on the field as well. And then we have Carson Joyner, who is pitching for Louisiana Monroe. Doing a good job as well, coming in and trying to compete for a spot right away. We showed. I mean, Josh Gunther 2 years ago was in this spot, and he was the first guy out of the pen for the preseason number one ranked team at Wake Forest, and pitched in the bullpen for him all year long as a freshman. And so it shows that, man, it can happen. It's not easy, especially with all these new rules you got in college baseball. It's not easy, but man, if you're good enough, they're going to find you.
What about this year? Are there guys that are looking to play beyond their senior campaign in Bayside?
Yeah, we're two of our big leaders. We've got South Alabama commit, first baseman / pitcher Cole Dean, all-stater. Man, I put him as probably the best hitter. I do. I put him as the best hitter in the state of Alabama. When he's on, man, it's tough. It is tough to compete with that boy, and he's a good kid, and he brings a lot to us. And then we've got our guy behind the plate, catcher Weston Hanneman's going to Mississippi Gulf Coast, and Weston's been our catcher for the past 3 years. Again, another kid strong as an ox, man. I mean, looks the part coming out. He's had a really good off season, and man, your pitching is only as good as who's behind the plate, and Wes has an absolute cannon back there. And so with those two guys, we're going to be, I mean, we're going to come into a lot of games this year as the underdog, and that's something we haven't done in a while. We lost 7 starters out there. So it's going to be tough, but these boys have really accepted it. Like I said, another one, I mean, Noah Kane coming in. Noah Kane has been a great guy. He'll be a 3-year starter for us, started as a freshman. So he's coming in. So we've got a bunch of new guys that's going to have to step up. And Grady Stokes is one of those guys on the mound, Wyatt Williams on the mound, guys that are going to have to step up for us. And like I said, we're going to have to shock some people this year, because they're going to look at the lineup and expect us to kind of be a rebuilding year for us. And we hope that we're never at that stage and it's kind of a reload. But we got to put the work in, which is great. They've definitely accepted the challenge so far.
You like the aspect. Now, I know that you never, I guess, want to, maybe do like reloading, but you'd love to have just a certain level of talent year in, year out. But the aspect of being an underdog, do you kind of like the advantages that it might bring?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, you always want bulletin board material for your team, and we've been on the other side trying not to fall for the Nick Saban rat poisoning. I mean, in the past 3 years, we've been ranked as the number one team in our class at some time in that season, and so we've had bullseyes on our back, and that's great. That's what these boys have done. Like, they've made our program to where we're considered one of the top programs in the state because of the hard work and the dedication that these boys have put in throughout the years. And so I love having that, reputation for it. But I mean, we still got a lot of work to do. There's no blue map sitting anywhere for baseball around here. It's all a bunch of volleyball, track, soccer. I mean, we got a ton, and there's not any baseball. And we would love to one day make that happen. And like I said, man, it's just about getting hot at the right time and keeping the dugout to where everybody is on the same page. And we've shown before that talent itself doesn't win games. There's a lot of obstacles. That's what makes baseball so great, is anything can happen any given time. So we just can't take anything for granted. Thanking God for every day that we have the chance to play this great game. And like I said, to God be the glory for everything we do. And that's the main thing. We're doing it for him.
What about the aspect of dropping 4A to 3A? I know all sports are highly competitive. To me, baseball is one of those where, 7A, 1A, man, it's just really tough. Is there a noticeable difference in playing a 3A conference schedule this year versus a 4A?
Well, we actually stayed 4A.
Oh,
so we
okay.
are still, basketball and football went down to 3, but we had too many points to where we had to stay 4A. We were actually 1 point away from jumping up to 5. So, we will keep the same. We're in there with Orange Beach, Satsuma, and St. Michael's. UMS went up to 5A because of enrollment. But, we're a low 3A school enrollment-wise. or low, well, yeah, pretty much, yeah, low 3A, maybe high 2A. I'm not exactly sure what that is enrollment wise, but obviously with the with being a private school, you get the multiplier. But yeah, we will still be competing in the 4A, which is great baseball. And you said, man, especially around here, Baldwin County and Mobile County, man, great baseball everywhere you go. And our schedule is absolutely loaded again. And all it does is make you better. And we've got some really good baseball talent around here. So I'd rather stick around and play close rather than travel 2 hours to go play someone our size or something like that. Because, it only makes you better playing people in your backyard.
You got a lot of players that play multiple sports. Do you like that?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, we say, man, play as many as you can while you can. There's not too many people that come back after high school and say they wish they wouldn't have played football or wouldn't have played basketball or something like that, wrestling. And I was a 3-sport athlete, and I knew I didn't have no chance to play college football or basketball, but man, I loved it, and I felt like it made me the person that I am today. And so definitely love any time they can play another sport, especially at a small school. You got to help each other out.
At Bayside Academy, you've got state championships in a lot of sports. Is there competition between coaches for the different sports going, darn, they've won one in volleyball, they've won one in, soccer. Is there that kind of competition going on, maybe not in public and in public view, but kind of this mental thing of, hey, I want to hang with those guys?
Oh yeah, personally, I would love to join them over there. Obviously, like I said, it's not all about the wins and losses. It's about developing the young men, trying to make them good citizens outside of Bayside. But if anybody's trying to compete anything with Coach Schilling, man, that's a tough battle right there. You've already lost going in. And like I said, with Coach Ferguson too. Coach Ferguson had a bunch of 8th and 9th graders, I think, playing on his team last year, and goes off and wins another state championship. And then, Coach Swaggart has multiple. So it's not really competition, man. You're rooting for everybody. We're such a good unit here with our athletics. Coach Ferguson, as our AD, does an amazing job. And man, he leads by example. And so we just, like I said, we try to make every experience good for these Bayside kids and want people to come here to develop not only academically, but athletically, and setting them up for life after Bayside.
2025, what's an acceptable baseball season for you in the spring?
Oh man, I'm gonna keep it simple. Just getting better every day. Literally, just getting better every day. Want these boys to have fun, man. We're gonna put them in a position to succeed. I'm hoping our practices are harder than the games. We want to try to make these practices tough to where they're thinking that the games are easy. And I really, really like my senior group. There's not many of them, but man, they're good kids. They get along. They hang out with each other outside of Bayside, and it's a really good group. And I feel like that just the camaraderie in the dugout will be great. And I just want them every day to be excited to come to practice, excited for the game, excited to put on that Bayside jersey. And man, if we can teach them some other life skills, man, talk about the Lord, just talk about life, man, that goes such a long way, building the relationships past. I love it that my boys still text me asking how my day was or how my week was that don't go to Bayside anymore. Or how's the family? How's my kids? Like, that's what it's all about, man, and making relationships and building. And I hope that one day they bring their kids to Bayside. And look, hopefully I'm still here coaching. I get to maybe teach some of their kids. So it's just, Bayside's a great place to be, and I'm very blessed.
One last question, and that is in regards to pitching. obviously, just based on this conversation, you've had strong pitching in the past. What about this year? Is there strength at that spot?
I would say it's going to be a question mark. It is going to be a question mark. And that is something. The past 3 seasons, we've had a team ERA under 2. And that's, for the schedule we play, that's been insane. And this year, like I said, we've got talent. It's just inexperience. We've got inexperience, and we're going to ask those young guys to grow up quick. And like I said, Cole, one of the best hitters right there. He's going to have to put some innings in for us too. And that's a part of high school there. He'll go to college and probably never pitch another inning in his life, but I'm going to need him to step up and be on the mound for us again. And then guys, like I said, Grady Stokes and Wyatt Williams, they're going to have to be 2 guys that come in. Got a freshman, Danny Lumpkin, there's going to be some youth going to have to come up. And like I said, the main thing, man, I like the guy behind the plate. I like the guy behind the plate, and with a good catcher, man, he can make you look good even when you're not. And so I'm really excited to see what he does with this staff, along with these youngins. And man, we're excited. See what's going on. Will be fun to watch. I know that.
Coach, always a pleasure to talk to you. Looking forward to the baseball season. Thanks for being our halftime guest.
Yes, sir, man. Always a pleasure to talk to the voice. You do a great job.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Yes.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head into the third stanza here on JockJive. The opening half featured a couple of Billy Neal touchdown runs. Touchdown pass, Miller to Brown, and then a field goal of 33 yards from Ivan. And that's where we are headed into half number 2. Thanks so much to Matt Limbaugh for being our halftime guest.
Bayside,
and, of course, a huge thank you to Alan Brown, attorney at law. He is responsible for making this coverage possible, and we are indeed delighted. Thank you very much, Alan Brown. Well, I had a couple of texts at halftime going, you going to do it? Well, yes, of course we will. It's part of a third quarter tradition. Time to get into your shout-outs as we get half number 2 underway. It'll go into the end zone, out to the 20, and that's where the Tigers will take over. First down and 10. Well, again, if you're new to the shout-outs, here again, the perimeters. And again, bear with me, a reminder that I'm doing camera work, play-by-play, graphics, little scorekeeping, can't multitask real well, and we're going to toss shout-outs into the mix as well. So, that first. Secondly, who's the shout-out to? Who's it from? Where you watching from? That's the important stuff. All to 334-488-1385. It is the number attached to your scoreboard, 334-488-1385, and we will do it all third stanza long.
First and 10.
So if the quarter takes a while to finish, you got plenty of time. If it doesn't, you don't.
Pass is incomplete.
Incomplete pass. That was intended for Sanders. First play of the first half for the Tigers was a pass play, and it was an incomplete pass play. And so too is the first play in half number 2. Shout out all the folks watching in Mandeville, Louisiana. Always so proud of our grandsons, Miles Uner, number 13, and his brother Madden, the Wonder Boy. Go Admirals, love from Paul, Wally, and Mama Lisa.
Quarterback on the keeper.
Couple of yards on the Howard keeper to the 22-yard line.
Down around the 24-yard line. Looks like
and it will bring up a third down and long. Of course, a reminder, too, you can shout out on YouTube anytime you like. It's just in quarter number 3 that we do them audibly. Go Burke, the Mollisons are so proud of you. Go Bo, we're so proud of you. Shout out to our number 66, Will Allen, from his great Aunt Debbie in Opelika, Alabama. Playing great, Admirals. Keep it up.
Second down, 15. Second and 15.
On penalty yardage, so instead of a third, penalty yardage is tacked on, and it will be a replay of second. But back to the 15. Howard. And it is caught by Hollinger, and Hollinger eventually hammered to the ground. And I think that was the moment that Angermeyer said, wait a minute, we're out of bounds. Kind of patted him on the chest going, hey, my bad, man. I didn't realize where we were on the turn. A gain of 10 brings up a third down and 6. Go Burke, great catch for a TD from Honey and Rotai. Thanks, Honey and Rotai. Shout out to the coaches, for the coaches' wives, for all their hard work. Thank you very much, coaches' wives, for all your hard work, too. Boy, the last minute, Howard able to get rid of it in hot pursuit was Jack Wilkinson.
Pressure by the Bayside outside linebacker.
And I know he had his back to me, but it was almost as if I could see the eyes of Wilkinson going, let me get at Howard. Incomplete pass brings up a fourth down and long. Shout out to Noah Kane and the Admirals from Poppy and Mimi in Jasper, Alabama.
Fourth down.
Shout out to me as well. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the shout out. Thank you so much for watching. And obviously, the Canes, David specifically, has been pretty instrumental in us being here. He's the guy that made the call, 4 or 5 years ago now.
County high roll.
Rolls down to the 35, and that's where Bayside's first drive of the second half will begin. And is that rainfall I am starting to see? And yes, it is. And I do have a camera out in the rain. So we're going to make a few adjustments real quickly so that the stuff that is outside can be put outside on a future date.
Quarterback hands the ball up. Little or no gain on the plays. Second down and 10. Second and 10. Rain starting to come down.
Well, it is rain that was relatively light to begin with that is picked up now. And it's a little more than light as the handoff is given to Lyons. And Lyons shredding tacklers down the sidelines. He will go all the way. Touchdown, Cade Lyons.
Touchdown, Bayside.
Cade Lyons slippery when wet. And he will go the entire distance for the touchdown run of 60 plus. And Bayside with a 29-zip lead. And again, my apologies for the brief breakaway, but as I mentioned, got stuff in the rain, so wanted to make sure that it was taken care of and could be used again in the future. I'm hoping it can. It got a pretty good dousing. But I think I am improvising. Get your scoreboard back. I'll work on that when we come back.
Barely makes it through, but the signal is good.
It is good, and Bayside by 30. It is going to get soggy quickly. Heavy downpour in Monroeville.
Monroe County High takes over 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
In a 30-zip ball game, Bayside with the lead. I mentioned, by the way, let me do my last apology for having to break away, and I think I missed a little bit of a play there, but had stuff out of the rain, but I think I've got it now situated where it's sheltered and can still give you a look at the time on the clock. 9:24 to play. Quarter number 3, which means 9:24 left in your shout-outs. Oh, boy, I forgot about that. Need to get to your shouts. Let's see who is shouted last. Go Cade Lyons, we love you.
Tigers
From your fans in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I think they're pretty excited about a 64-yard touchdown run from Lyons. The extra point kick good.
on the right end.
Not a lot of running room for Heilinger. He'll be kept in bounds, and we'll pick up right at 3. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Gain of about 5 on the play. 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Looks like we have an injured Tiger on the play.
Get an Amos, number 54, Lank, says the shout-out. Shout-out to Nathan Ivan, number 88, the Belgian Bomber from the fish camp. How's the fishing, by the way, at the fish camp? Field goal is pretty good. 33-yarder from Ivan. Mixed in with the 30 points on the board. Snap of the football and breaking tackles back to the line of scrimmage, though, is all he will go.
Good hard running by the Tigers.
And that is Cunningham.
running back.
Cunningham able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it will bring up a third down and 6. Shout out to the Hammock brothers.
Third down.
Baldoyne and Riggins from Coach and Mammy in Hampton, New Hampshire. Love watching you and your teammates every week. Go Admirals. New Hampshire, good to have you watching the coverage tonight. Sanders, the guy in motion. Slippery ball and is dropped by Howard. Picked back up. He will be across the 30, and that should be enough for the first down.
Good running by quarterback Jaden Howard.
Admittedly, for a brief moment when I got here, knowing how tight the quarters were
First down, Tigers.
in the press box, I thought about setting up outside. It didn't look particularly bad at the moment, but there were some
Tigers
rather
first
ominous-looking
15
clouds on the horizon. I rarely
35
make
yard
good
line.
decisions. It's marked down the 13th of September, which is supposed to be an unlucky day, right? Friday the 13th. Finally made a decent one. Not a lot of running room, and Bullock will be dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
In the round sweep, snuffed out by the Admirals defense. Loss on the play.
And let's see how much yardage lost. Currently the down marker has him
Second down,
loss of 10, but we know it's more than that. Right at 4, close to 5. It'll be a second down and 15. And boy, it's just coming down in buckets now. It is pouring with a handful of fans braving the elements. Howard, the fake, the pass, the catch, and the slip.
Pass is complete. Receiver loses his footing. On the
Hollinger trying to make a cut, losing his footing, and
third down.
not much
Third down.
on the play, bringing up a third, and actually a loss of a yard or 2. So third and longer than your second and long.
Timeout. Timeout.
And there was a timeout
Timeout
on the field at the 5:55 mark. If this is a heat-related timeout, it was hot earlier, but it ain't hot now.
Academy Admirals,
Pouring in Monroe.
Monroe County High School Tigers 0.
Passed on up for grabs, and somehow it is caught by Sanders. Able to catch up with him and dropping Miss Stacy, or he was off to the races for 6.
Pass is complete. And that's enough to move the chains.
So it is first down and 10 for the Tigers inside Bayside territory. Their first second half trip across midfield. Shout out from Rosington. Pa and Bobby are, of course, watching you, number 9, Kate Lyons. So proud, nice TD. Love you, and thanks for making it possible. JockJive, actually. Well, thank you very much. But Alan Brown, too, he's the guy.
In Bayside territory,
First down and 10, football at the 40.
40-yard line.
And your view does not really tell you how nasty the weather has gotten. It is pouring Trying to look and see if I can find a spot that kind of gives you a nice sample of how heavy the rain is falling. Let's see if I can go to the lights on the other side of the field. Let's see if I can reach up there. There you get a good look at the downpour on the other side of the stadium here. Second down, 10.
Second down, Tigers. Jaden Howard still calling the signal.
Inside 5 to play, quarter number 3. Pass incomplete by Howard.
By the Bayside outside linebacker. Pass is incomplete. Third down.
And it will bring up a third down and long. Shout out to, am I pronouncing this correctly? Bowdoin and Riggins Hammock from Grammy in New Hampshire. Thank you very much, Grammy. I hope I am pronouncing correctly. If not, please send along a pronunciation guide. Want to get it right? Shout out to Kate Lyons from Jay Loper. Thank you very much, Jay. University of Alabama wide receiver. Watching the Admirals on a soggy Friday night here in Monroeville.
3rd and 10, Tigers.
On a third down and 10.
Man in motion.
Howard on the run, and Howard
knocked out of bounds.
shoved out of bounds. And it'll bring up a fourth down. Well, the rain has let up a little bit. Not as heavy, still falling. Was heavy, we'll call it moderate. Looks like it's shifting a little more to light. Will Allen, number 66 on the field, but number 1 in my heart, says the shout-out. Shout-out to Charlie Merchant, number 58 from the Irvin Watkins family. Shout-out to the sophomore sensation, Kate Lyons, from your Blackshear kinfolk. Good to hear from Blackshear, Alabama. Fourth down and Howard to go for it. Looking downfield. I was the one full. Apparently got swatted. And coming up with the loose ball is Will Allen.
Fumble. Bayside.
So it is dropped on the turf, and Allen will come up with it.
They recover at midfield. Bayside Academy takes over.
Shout out Big Davey and Skunk from your biggest fans. We love you. Kindergartner flag footballer Peyton Sneed, you got a shout out. Shout out from Gadsden to our hero Bo. Allen giving the Admirals 1st and 10 at midfield. On the recovery of the fumble by Howard. Head off giving the Lions. And Lions got the 1st and more.
Finally brought down by the Tiger defense. Number 8.
Out of bounds inside the 35.
Billy Null on the carry.
And it will be a 1st down and 10.
That must be a 1st down. That's enough for a Bayside 1st down.
Let's hear it for those ball boys and aquatic engineers. Thank you for taking care of the players. Keep up the great work. Tonight is a very good night for an aquatic engineer, although I can't say I know exactly what an aquatic engineer does. But other than the color aqua, I'm thinking that is water related. And on a soggy night like tonight, can't go wrong with an aquatic engineer.
Good hard running by the Bayside running back.
Shout me out, Reed Skermana from Alabama. Go Admirals. Oh, it is Bowden. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The shout out from Grammy, New Hampshire to Bowden and Riggins Hammock. Couple of minutes to play in the third. Miller up the middle. And he will be inside the 15.
But not until he picks up another first down for Bayside.
Shout out to Coach Trotter from Centerville, Alabama, from the Patricks. Thanks to the Patricks. Let's go number 64, Hugh Ashurst from first grade, from your first grader. And off, giving up the middle.
Up the middle. Dive play up the middle.
Not a whole lot of running room, but still, you're keeping possession of the football. You're running time off the clock.
Tough running by the Bayside running back. Gain of about 3 on the play. Second down.
Shout out to Keelan Stacy and Burke Brown from Uncle Big Country. I like the name. Uncle Big Country checking in. Well, that burst of rain just about gone. Miller dropping off the pass. And run out of bounds is Will Smith.
That's another 6 points for Bayside.
Well, did he get into the end zone from this vantage point again? I'm looking through a clouded window. Didn't see the hands come up to indicate the 6, and it wouldn't have mattered now. You've got a penalty flag, and the mark-off will go against Bayside. So if there was 6, that 6 has been negated by the penalty. Under 20 seconds to play in the third. Miller looking, launches it. It is knocked out, incomplete.
Pass intended downfield, broken up.
And as I mentioned, we are in a tight opening for a couple of cameras to get a look. So when you got one over in that corner of the end zone, we catch a little bit of the framework of the window. But it felt like a little bit of the framework of the window was a lot better than no look at all. 4 seconds remaining. And Bayside is going to ask for time.
It's going to be a break in the action.
4 seconds away from wrapping up your shout-outs in the third. We return with what we think will be the last play of the third stanza in 60. Less than 5 seconds remaining in the third. Incomplete pass over the middle to Will Smith. And it will bring up a 4th down and long.
Last play of the third quarter. And now we will.
And it looks like that 4th down will come in the 4th.
Fourth quarter. Your score
as the Admirals go to one sideline, Tigers to the other.
Monroe County High School Tigers 0. Fourth quarter action set to begin. down, Bayside.
Well, it looks like Nathan Ivan is going to try to tack on another field goal as we get the fourth underway. He's already hit from 33 yards, and this would be exactly the same. Another 33-yard effort. Definitely got the leg, and according to the officials, it is accurate as well.
The signal is good.
A couple of 33-yard Ivan field goals tonight. Part of the 33 on the board from Bayside. The element of mystery, surprise, loose ball. And did Bayside recover? They did at the 12. Hollinger kind of meandering around as if they were getting the fair catch and the ball out of the 20, then took off, and he's dropped and loses it at the 12. And that is where Bayside will take over first down and 10.
The signal is first down, Bayside.
So the Admirals in possession of the football at the 12. They have had very good field position for the start of a number of drives. One at the 6, one at the 9, this one at the 12. But you can credit the defense often for that great field position. Yeah, there was the lateral early in the game. But right there, special teams forced the Tigers to cough it up. And Bayside will have it first down and 10 at the 12. That was a hard hit immediately to Wells Smith.
Tackled by the Tigers.
Drop back at the 15. Loss of 3 on the play. Will bring up a second down and long. Looked like Wells moved just ahead of the snap, and I wonder if that kind of gave the defender an idea of what was coming.
Loss on the play, second down.
Low passer in the backfield for Bo Miller and QB. And that is a loose ball. It is scooped up. And you got Admirals hanging on for dear life, trying to bring down these big defensive tackles. And eventually a stop at midfield.
Ball is brought.
Well, that is booted away by a Tiger. I am shocked that a flag. Okay, there it comes. I was shocked why a flag did not come out immediately. It took a little bit, but eventually it does after I believe it was locked. Just booted it to the sidelines. Well, we have seen 2 unusual placement of football from field to ball boy. One was about a 40-yard pass earlier in the game, and this one just booted away. I am assuming out of frustration. But if you're going to boot it away, I mean, there's never a good time. But when the head up is standing about 5 feet away and looking at you, that's a really bad time. Tiger summons to the sidelines. Admirals will head to the other side of the field with 10:20 left to play in the game.
First and 10, Tigers. Quarterback still in shotgun formation.
Incomplete pass intended for Hollinger.
Pass intended for number 11, Byron Hollinger. Pass incomplete. Second down. Second and 10, Tigers.
Incomplete pass brings up a second down and 10. And a running clock despite the incompletion. With Bayside up by 33. That is dropped, almost picked off.
Howard looking to go downfield. Pass almost intercepted. Pass ruled incomplete. Third down.
And that is Cunningham. Had a hand on it, couldn't bring it in. And it will bring up a third down and long, third down and 11 as you see the clock continuing to roll despite the incompletions. So for the rest of the night, outside of timeouts, injuries, which of course we hope there are none, the clock apparently going to roll. And I am not sure in Alabama what the automatic running clock starts at. That might be it, the 33-point lead.
Third down, handoff, up the middle.
A lot of white jerseys nearby, and though he ran a lot, he gained little.
Bayside defense.
And it'll bring up a fourth down. And if you're the Tigers, I guess why not go for it? Fourth down and 10, you're down 33. There's 8 minutes to play in the football game.
Fourth down, Tigers.
And they will go for it.
Just under 8 minutes left in our ball game tonight.
Admirals are about 8 minutes away, a little less than now.
It's like the Tigers are going to go for it.
From
Fourth and 10 Tigers.
Their first shutout in a couple of years. Last shutout happened on the 9th of September in 2022.
Quarterback drops back, he looks.
Pass caught, but not enough for the first. And, well, was it picked off? No. Might as well try, though, if the whistle doesn't blow and the ball's in your hands.
Ball was called fumble, but official rules.
But it will be Bayside football
So Bayside
as the
will
rain
take over
begins
first
to
and 10.
start again
First and 10.
on a Friday night here. And that, too, I know not officially part of the factor in letting the clock roll, but it helps. It helps convince officials that need to let that thing run. 6:40 to play in the football game. Bayside Academy back to the friendly confines of Freedom Field next week. They've got Flomanton.
Bayside takes over first and 10.
Flomanton, a surprising loss to Excel to begin their region play. Low passer with a handoff to Smith. Smith banging his way inside the 25 down to near the 23-yard line.
Coming down again.
Do want to say thanks so much to Monroe County. I'm indoors, that's a good thing. Very hospitable. With not only a place to park it to watch the game, but a place to park the van to get ready to watch the game. It's not that far away. Clock is stopped with 5:45 to play in the football game. Bayside en route to their third win in a row and third of the year. Miller with the rest of the 9 off. Low passer behind center. That's a slippery pigskin. And low passer will go back to about the 35 to retrieve.
And the Bayside Admirals take a big loss on that.
So the Admirals will start in region play with a win over Monroe.
Down and about 18. No, third down.
7 days from now, set to face Flomanton.
Third and about 22.
And Flomanton, a little perturbed over the win to Excel, or the loss to Excel, the Excel win. As Smith has got running room to the left side. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage, preceding the fumble. And for Flomanton, especially when you consider how strong the region is this year, you've got a ranked T.R. Miller, a ranked Hillcrest Evergreen, a just outside of the top 10 Excel and Bayside.
Third down, 14. Third and 14.
So for the Hurricanes, it's almost a must-win situation next Friday night. So a big game for Bayside, trying to stop Flomanton and go 2-0 in region play. Low passer, and that is off the fingertips of Johnson.
Quick screen. Bayside was trying to get it set up.
Incomplete pass will bring up a 4th and 14.
So now we are looking at fourth down for the Admirals.
I haven't reminded you, by the way. I'd love to have you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Finally hit 5,000 subscribers last night. So now we're looking for 6. Don't expect to get it tonight, but that's the next goal. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Got some interviews with players, coaches, and more. The Matt Limbaugh conversation at halftime. 4th down carry, but not quite enough for Smith.
But not quite enough for a first down.
And it'll be a 1st down and 10 Tigers.
Monroe County High School will take over.
But the Matt Limbaugh conversation will be on YouTube in a bit. And from earlier in the year, conversations with Ann Schilling, Joe Swaggart, Jamie Ferguson, and much more all there. as you've got a timeout on the field, and it will be asked for by Bayside. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to play
Just over 3 minutes
on
left
a
in
soggy,
regulation
boggy
on tonight.
Friday night. Howard passing. It is caught. And that is Sanders. And as you can see now, earlier we had to look at the lights to kind of give you an idea of what the rain is like. You don't have to do that now. It is pouring. Loose ball. Trying to come up with that loose ball is Hollinger.
Rain falling heavy. The Tigers will
And it will bring up a
next Friday night.
third down.
Tigers will be off next Friday night.
And thank you very much, Jamie Ferguson, watching the coverage tonight. I'm hoping that you are over that flu bug now.
2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight.
And Jamie played a big role
September
in
27th.
working with Monroe County and making sure that we had a good place to watch the game, or at least a place to watch the game. And when you're indoors on a rainstorm Friday night, it's a good place to be. Intercepted.
Pass is intercepted by number 12. By number 12. He's still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Johnson down to the 12.
Warren Johnson. Warren Johnson on the interception. And the Bayside Academy.
And that should
Admirals
just about do it.
take over 1st and 10.
Maybe a single play, a single snap of the football, but that'll be it. And Bayside is going to get their first shutout in a couple of years. Last time they shut out an opponent was on the 9th of September in 2022. And they had a dead even number of shutouts and shutouts and had been shut out at 17 with both, but this will be the 18th. Unless, of course, in a heavy downpour, you drop the football, they pick it up and return it.
1st and 10.
Wrapping it up, Smith, and he'll be wrapped up. That should do it for the ball game.
Off to number 4, Will Smith.
And that is it. Bayside
And that is your ball game tonight.
on a Friday the 13th that saw a little bit of rain in the third and a whole lot of rain here in the fourth.
33 and Monroe County High School
Have gone to 3-1.
0.
Billy Neal, couple of first quarter touchdowns, extra points good. Brown finding the handle on a Bo Miller touchdown toss of 5 yards in the second. Ivan with a 33-yard field goal in the first half. Half number 2, Cade Lyons, a 64-yard touchdown run. And then another 33-yard Ivan field goal. And that has got us here to the end of the ball game. Thanks so much for watching our coverage. A huge thank you to Alan Brown. Law Office of Alan Brown, making a difference one case at a time. Call for a free consultation, and you can check them out online. It's a little soggy. So I think we'll call it a night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Friday. There in Daphne, where we hope we won't get what we've had the last couple of nights of football. A lot of rain. For Bayside Academy and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.